Yeah, hello guys. Good evening once again. You're all welcome on to this great channel. You're welcome to Catfish Solution Academy. Yeah, today we are continuing with the episode 22 on our great topic that I titled feed formulation. This is still the A to Z of catfish farming that I promised. I promise to give you a series of educative lectures on A to Z of catfish farming. Because we have been on episode 1. I think we are on 22 today. I will not bore you with more talks, so I will just try to go into the topic. Yeah, from the episode 21. For those of you who have not been following this great episode, make sure that you go over to watch from episode 1, because I'll be talking about all the aspects of catfish farming. So I just try to continue, just to start off with what we call the feed formulation. As we all know, feed formulation, presently we need more. We need feed formulation most because of a lot of crisis that is happening in the fish industry presently here in Nigeria, because feed presently determined and have made a lot of farms run out of the business. A lot of farms that are equally producing maybe 2,000 to 10,000 pieces of fishes before are now running just struggling to produce just 500 pieces. So this is because of the feed. The feed is going up. Nobody has the money in order to do the business anymore. And if you are not careful now, if you are depending on a feed that is not really done by you, and I bet you by this time you may be having an FCR of nothing less than 1.5 to 1.6 for what is the crisis that is happening now. And if you have such a FCR, that tells you conveniently you can feed just 1,000 kilo of fishes with nothing less than 1,300 naira. And once you feed a fish 1 kilo for 1,300 naira to 1,500 naira, 600 naira, I don't see how you can sell at 1,300 naira or 1,500 naira and you tell me you can make any profit. So this has been a ruling case, and this has been a case for farmer that is making a lot of farmer run out of business. But because many farmers, we don't have planning, we don't budget, we don't calculate, we don't keep records, so we don't really know what is exactly the problem that we are not making profit. Maybe we are seeing money somewhere, money is coming off from somewhere, free from somewhere, so that does not really make us have that key capacity in order to really see why you are having problems. Before I go on to this point, I would like to talk about something. Presently, I noticed that when a farmer collects fish from a breeder, the normal complaint they have is that maybe the fishes are not doing well, forgetting to know that they are feeding the fishes. And if you are feeding fishes, and because of the price of the commodity, the price of ingredient, the price of material that most feed formulators are using in order to formulate a concentration for your fishes to eat, because it's expensive, the worst case scenario they will do is that they will have to lower the digestible protein so that they can sell in the market. And once the digestible protein is lower, that means the nutrient in the feed is lower. I bet you the FCR will increase. And once the FCR increases, the fishes will not really do well the way they should do initially. And if the fishes is not doing well the way it should do initially, so that is why sometimes I encourage a lot of farmers to try to wake up. If you don't really know, please try to get a copy of my ebook on feed on how to raise your fish to grow out or even to launch, that I titled The Secret of a Successful Catfish Farming. This book will really help you a lot, because in this book it will tell you the percentage of weight your fishes need to get at a given period. I will still break down all that to you too as well, but I'm just here to tell you, for those of us who really need it, because there's some percentage of weight your fishes need to be at a particular given period. And maybe for a month your fishes have to weigh, maybe I'm just saying it, 150 grams, and the fishes get to a month, you should weigh them and see if they are doing well. So if they are not doing well, it's for you now to cushion what? To cushion the feed. Most of the problem farmers are having now is the feed. The nutritional value of the feed have reduced drastically, I bet you. Even the imported feed is what I've used and I've tested. In short, there's a particular feed I used to give to my seeds at post fingerlings, from juvenile, from fingerlings to juvenile. I need to drop that feed and use another feed, because that's the type of feed I used before. But I now realize that the content in the feed is being reduced, so I need to go source for another feed and another supplement to add up to the feed to cushion the growth of my fishes, so that my customers will not complain. This is all what you need to look out if you want to be successful in catfish farming. This is just a tip, please. And so let me just move forward. What I'm talking about from this episode 21 is that this is a continuation of our 2 mm size of feed I talked about, that I break down in episode 21. So 22, I'll be going into the 22, which I will be talking about the alternative. I told you I'll be giving you a real formulation, and for those of you who live in areas that you can get materials cheaper. For example, if you stay in the north, conveniently you can get fish meal. Instead of you to go for even the imported fish meal, you can get Crude, you can get yo-yo, you can get some very good shrimps that has an higher capacity of digestive crude protein and balanced with lot of amino acids. So some of them are even comes to about 65, come to 70%. Some of them comes to even 70, 72, 71% to par with the important fish meal. They have it in the north. Yeah, I know they have it. But from my side here, from my side here, the southwest, I really noticed that most of the fish meal, we call fish meal here, are just shafts. They are just full of calcium. I visited a lot of farms and I noticed that what they have in their farms, even bags. There's a farm I visit and I noticed they have almost about 200 bags of it. Some of them are even getting spoiled. These are shafts. These are eggs from different kind of fishes, bones. These are more of calcium. These are not even fish meal. Fish meal should be flesh of fish. There should be flakes of fish, not bone. So many farms have collapsed based on this, because by the time you go around to get all those sort of remnants, all those sort of waste, and you thought maybe you are doing your calculation for feed formulation and you try to put it to like 65. I bet you what inside then is not even more than, if by the time you go to lab to test it, you may not get more than 10%. And you gave your fishes and you expect your fishes to do well. Maybe you are formulating from 2 mm. Wow, you are getting that absolutely wrong. So that is why I advise. There are a lot of people that called me and told me I should advise them on their formulation, and some of the questions I asked, sometimes they felt, why am I asking the question? But why I'm asking the question is that I should be able to give you a very good answer, a perfect answer that you cannot get from anywhere. For example, if you asked me now that you have a fish. That means you have fish meal, and I asked you what type of fish meal is it. Is better for you to tell me maybe you have a Crude or you have yo-yo, which I know I can sense the percentage, and I will ask you what type of yo-yo do you have, because some of this Crude or yo-yo or stuff, they have tiny bones, and the heads are very, very small, very, very small. So most of the body are just they are flesh. But if you told me you're having, there's I'm trying to get the name. It's like we have some fishes here, maybe even the authorities and co, that has bigger head. That this agbodo, if you are conversant with it, we call it agbodo here. They have bigger head. Some people will go there and cut all the heads. Once even our dried fish meal, our dried a catfish, they will go there and cut the head, the bones. They will now pack it and they will now grind it. But I normally tell you where you are getting it from. Can you get a result from them? If they can produce an analysis for the digestible crude protein and fiber and the co that is inside, the energy that is inside, I bet you don't buy from them. Some answers I get is that I get it from the Abokis. And my point is that why will you go to the Abokis to get such a viable meal that you know this is what your fishes know, and this is what your fishes that will make your fishes grow? Since you can't buy, but okay, now when you get it from the Abokis, do you take it to the lab? You got it cheap. I think to take it to the lab to spend maybe 20,000 naira to do a lab test, or 15,000 to 10,000 to do a lab test for what you should supposed to get at 3,500 naira or 4,000 naira per kilo, and I bet eventually you got it for like maybe 800 naira. So I don't know why you cannot spend 10,000 naira for the lab test. So that is an expo for those of you who are in that shoe. Because of the time, because episode 22 is really running out, let me just give you a brief and we just go on. So what I'm talking about today, I'm talking about the alternation, the material alternation for the 2mm I did from episode 20, I think 19, yeah, to 21. So the alternative material I'll be mentioning now, I'll be talking about the, now let us formulate another one that will give us equivalent to the CP. I think we got about a 58% point, I think 58 crude protein by the time we did our formulation for that. So I just want to give an alternative material that we can get at that ranges of 60, 50, 58 to 55% crude protein, which still stand at that good range of a high percentage of feed formulation that you can also give to your fryers. So for this, I will be I think we'll continue that in our episode 23, and make sure that you always watch this episode, because every information that is that I'm giving you here are real and direct, and these are the information you need to get yourself from this, straight through yourself from the present glut in fish farming generally in Nigeria. So this will really help you a lot. So I'll be going into the next episode, which is the episode 23. So make sure that you watch.